I don't know the actual name of the place where we are. You know, so it was all kept secret. We just drove there, you know, this morning. People walked across the hill, and there's a convoy of about 20 vehicles. We drove along the road, and sort of foxed the police and drove straight up the track. But like, as soon as we go up there, then they start giving us shit about, you know, you can't drive your vehicles back down because, or well, you can, you know, drive them back down, but we won't let you back in again and all this sort of stuff. And they've got no right to do this, you see. This is why we're sort of a bit pissed off, because we won't be able to have a festival or even just go and get food and water and this sort of thing, you know.
I can't go here.
Police are trying to say that it's just a bridle way, yeah, and it's not a bridle way, it's a road that's used for as a public path or something, yeah, it's got some special rating, yeah.
I'm just seeking to clarify the legal position.
Well, you can't clarify it with...
Go down to the planning department and get a photocopy of the piece of paper that says, you know, what it actually is, so that we can show you this to the police, and then they won't have a leg to stand on about this bridleway business, and then they'll have no right to kick us off. Because otherwise we're going to be evicted, you see, because they're just telling porky pies, you know, about, like, the legal situation.
Paganism isn't the sort of thing you can explain in a house with central heating on and the telly going away in the background. It doesn't make sense. It's to do with the really basic necessities of life, that is, food and shelter. And the people that built Stonehenge lived so close to nature that they knew very well how important the changing of the seasons were. That's why they wanted to celebrate them. And when I lived in a van, just travelling from place to place, I discovered how important the seasons were. After the winter, I would really look forward to the summer solstice. It's not an airy-fairy, mystical, weird sort of religion, and we don't really believe that we'll see a man with horns or a lady dressed in green walking through the woods. We don't believe in it like that. It seems to us better to call the earth our mother, to think of her as a person, to show our respect. It seems much better than thinking of what surrounds us as barren rock and sea and earth and all of it there for us to exploit and take as we will.
We'll be driven from midnight, we'll be driven down to the stones. After the jewels have gone in at 3 AM, we'll be allowed to piss around for 5 hours, and then we'll be driven back to London, and that is it.
However this grass. By the way, this is just a practice. We'll cut out the bits when you drop them.
Hello, Heather. Hello, Heather. The trouble with people today is they have too much energy. This is why we use this. This is a chillum.
Rolling.
What we do with this is we smoke.
On camera one.
We smoke hashish because cow dung isn't very nice. Cow dung? one, hasn't it? Let's ride it. Pardon?
Yes, it picks up their reverse.
Oh yeah. The old Bill aren't very polite when we do this.
Holding this, you can be nicked.
I'm in a box. Let me out.
Hello, Rob. What have you been all afternoon? Racing out? Flying in the town? Yeah. Getting into Mother Earth?
Coming down from last night.
Coming down from last night, all those trips, yeah. That was good, wasn't it?
So this is how the other half live. Some people say that we're the elite. Well, try saying that when we're hitchhiking up the M1. Oh look, here's a local constabulary.
Where are you getting your water from?
There's a trough over there with kind of a stopcock on it.
Oh, that's okay.
Just pressure, really. That's all. Pressure from the authorities for people not to be able to get down and settle down and get something good together. You know what I mean? Where they can settle for a few months and that and get some sort of living together. An alternative living, you know what I mean? A clean living, a pure sort of living, one that's not like based on complete exploitation.
Under the new 1986 Public Order Act, I term you are an unlawful assembly. By your mere presence of you being in the little villages around here when you go looking for food, it is a disruption to the life of that community. Can I say that when you do move, you will move in no greater numbers than 6 vehicles at a time.
You're allowed to do it in 12 vehicles, and that's what we'll do.
That is a condition that I am allowed to set under that act.
When we can't even look at this site. How wide is it? 20 foot wide. I mean, this is a ridiculous site to try and have a festival on. And this is all there is left. I mean, we had a site a week ago in the blooming derelict woodyard. Can you believe it? It was awful. It was right next to a nuclear bomb factory. So I mean, that's all there was.
Look, it's no good going on about it. I've set out to. I'm trying to be as reasonable as I can. All right, if you don't, I could say, look, can I say that I could say, I'll give you 1 hour.
You could say you can hang
I could say I'll give you 1 hour. I'm not giving you 1 hour.
You say you'll give us a week.
I'm giving you till 12 o'clock tomorrow. That means you've had 48 hours here.
A moment ago you said that you believed that we were going to go to Stonehenge.
Yes.
What do you base that on?
Past
I talked to you
experience,
yesterday.
past experience, what you've done in the past, what the groups have done in the past, for many years,
personally.
it is the same aim, is to go to Stonehenge.
anybody would love
Stonehenge.
We spoke yesterday. I spoke to you yesterday and I told you that we were planning to split up and hopefully walk to Stonehenge in small groups, which your people had told us a couple of weeks ago.
That is another matter that I cannot deal with for that 21st for the solstice ceremony. That is something entirely different. I am dealing with this situation now. This situation now is what I term an unlawful assembly. Can I speak, please? I will give you a copy of the order.
Right.
All right? No, it will include the order that I am acting under.
No one wants any free time. They don't want any free time for people, so they just go to work to earn the money so they can live, and then they have about 2 days rest so they can recover from it all, and then they're back again. By the time they've done 8 hours bloody work banging away on metal at a factory or something, they just haven't got any time to think about anything else. Because they've just been hammering away at metal all day long, you know, and it's just, you know what I mean, the first thing that's thrown in front of them is the first thing that they can relax with. So if it's the Sun newspaper and steak and kidney pie and chips, and top the pops on the box, right, then that's what they'll have, you know what I mean? If someone else can show them an alternative way that isn't, you know what I mean, like we try to do, if someone can show those people an alternative way that they don't have to have that trash, because it's all just sterile, just rubbish, you know, plastic rubbish that's just brought up from the planet all the time and never replaced, just you know, if we could have more awareness about a sort of a better way of life and just looking at each other more like brothers and sisters rather than enemies, then it'd be better. I reckon it'd be much better. But apparently, yeah, they can't see that. people in, you know, the uniforms and things.
That's your plan, isn't it? That's your idea. Pete's throwing us off tomorrow at midday, is that right? Yeah?
You can't walk 24 hours a day, man.
I kept moving around last year and it was alright for a bit, but you know, it gets on your tip.
It's no fun being inside on solstice. A week's a long time in Wiltshire. I think the main thing is that we have a mega free festival where it doesn't really matter where it is, it's just a mega free festival. Not Glastonbury.
We went to a farmer out 5 miles north that was sympathetic. We went and talked to him for about half an hour, and he said they're all the farmers are all tenant farmers, and the land's all owned by, like, his land is owned by Oxford University, right? And he can't even thin out his trees when he wants to because they say it doesn't make enough profit. And like, he was scratching his brains trying to think of any farmers who are sympathetic, and then none of them own their land. So it's got to be the landowner who asks you on, and we're fucked on that. Because it's all big business, big landowners.
Alright, first things first, orphanage, isn't it?
$11 o'clock site meeting.
Head held high, make good stand. Everybody march for the promised land. Everybody march for the promised land. Head held high, make good stand. Everybody march for the promised land.
Consensus on moving off with one group.
Move off in one group. Yeah.
Ted with 6 vehicles.
Yeah. No, they're not prepared to give out any money towards the food kitchen on the grounds that we've got to stay impartial. Yeah. Well, we're still going to wedge it anyway, you know.
Let's stay impartial, we'll stay fucking hungry.
Because what? They'll only lie about it and cut it down so it looks bad anyway, like they used to.
The bridal party, we can do when it's a big one like this, yeah?
You went to that fox show school, so
wait until he's gone.
Well, then we don't know either, if they won't let us talk. Jody, you ain't giving them a moonie this year, yeah?
No, I ain't gonna bother.
Do need a phone number that everybody agrees is one for you.
Cutting through our phone line.
How about 999?
They're going! Is there anyone else got to get in? Can you make a bit of room for him? Yeah, because he's really done his feet in, he keeps the hobbling quite badly. I don't want to give these people a field day with all the rubbish, you see. Like, they'd love it, wouldn't they, if there was all loads of rubbish up there. They've got nothing to photograph now. Alright, I've got some rubbish done. What? Yeah? Smoky? What, it's not on fire, is it? Well, it might be dust. Yeah. Good. See you later then.
Bring down the you have to find something down the government now, lad. Wow, 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 wow.
Festival is anarchy in practice. It works. We all chip in to run the generator, have the music play. Anyone going off site collects water for everyone else. We all help clear up the mess. We even cope with moving from place to place every 2 days or so. If it was a paying festival, we'd have to have a central committee to organise all that and to police the place to make sure nobody gets in without paying, and then there'd be loads of rippings off and general trouble. That's what happens at all these events. A free festival shows that anarchy works, and this is why they don't allow it.
They got you in.
No, he's a Tripp man.
Why can he get in?
That's the sort of ticket that gets you in.
What they say is, would we like to go in until 8 o'clock?
What we have here is a moving, dispossessed festival and a pilgrimage at the same time. It's the mixture of having a good time and having something serious to head for at the same time that's made it so good.
This is the third year there's been a walk to Stonehenge. The first year it's been so successful. Last year we ended up about 10 miles from the stones on solstice morning. And at the winter solstice and the equinoxes these days, hundreds of people come. Never used to happen. I think in future there'll be thousands.